Alright, hello, I guess we're in there. It is 24th of June today. So, like 2 weeks and a half after playing on Devil's Landing. As you can probably imagine, we're going to look through the set between me and Sneerful Water. Sorry for not adding the whole sponsor or your team. Let's say I'm not Hollywood enough to even think about it. Alright, so a bit of history. We played this exact same set matchup approximately half a year ago. I lost it 3-7, and when Frank introduced the idea of this set being played, I wanted to have a runback. So I asked, I want to face Sneer's Kim with my Jago, have a chance to, take it back, win back, get my revenge, and so on. Before we go on, I'm probably going to add the puppies and my dog. So, hey, the names, there's this whole tradition of, hey, the first bunch of kids, you call them with names starting with A. And as I wanted the names to be as short as possible, so, not as many syllables, we went with Ares and Arya for those two kids. And Arya as in Ki, as in the music thingy, not the Game of Thrones reference, whatever it is. I haven't seen the show, so your problem, not mine. Before we go in, I want to pinpoint the 5 main things I learned from the previous set and the mentality I went into this set. So I tried to, prevent some things from happening. So number 1 is to get rid of the Shadow Dragon Kick mix-up, minimalize this nonsense, this plus 20 something frames mix-up. I want to avoid it as much as possible. 2, and it's a thing which already happened in game 1. I believe it also shows up often in, I'd like to say, game 6, if I remember correctly. I want to make jump-ins as annoying as possible. And by that, I mean Kim has her, touch one button, have a parry, exactly like Hisako. So if I even do some ambiguous left-right jump-ins, the parry can, it doesn't matter if I land in front of behind her. Therefore, I found this little neat thing which you can also apply to fight against Hisako. If you do, let's say, grab into a small step forward, jump forward into jumping heavy kick, it will whiff completely. Therefore, any attempt to parry that will be left with you being in long ass recovery. You can also land it in front, but you have to be careful. It requires a bit of timing because it can actually hit sometimes. Rule number 3, or tip number 3, try not to kind of panic with shadows on wake up, especially when Kim is really close to me. That's what got me killed a lot in the first set. Issue here is, even if I go for anything during screen freeze, even if Sneer isn't able to, it's really easy to just come up with an idea of, I'm going to press one button and get my parry. I assume the parry is like triple punches or triple kicks. I don't really know. I'm going to assume the input is simple. Alright, the next 2 tips were actually obtained through Infil's guide, which I skimmed through. Number one, her jump-ins are really slow. Her jump is really floaty. Hence, ideally, I like to anti-air it with, well, at least crouch heavy punch, maybe DPs. Sadly, this didn't really go that well in this set. And rule number 5, when I'm not in close quarters, when I'm not, right in her face, just block high. And sadly, this one, it went a bit better than in the first set, but I got opened up by overheads a lot, sadly. So yeah, I believe that's a good point to start. So 3, 2, 1, bam. I'm probably going to, move it a bit forward because I'm not that fast of a talker. Oh, right away. Games 4, 7, 10, 13 are recorded and muted, taken from the DL archives. I believe that's the best bet. Oh yeah, so you can clearly see this one is -2, therefore Sneerful didn't decide to follow it up. This one +2, which is usually followed by a jab. I believe one idea is to maybe try to do... Oh, that's really fun interaction. Damn, I feel sad. Yeah, jump in, immediate parry, she gets a dragon. I don't really want that. That's sadly no anti-airs. Alright, good instinct activation to blow out the... Oh. The instinct manual didn't go through. I believe the second Dragon Cannon I could have just... Nice. I could have just a Shadow Wind kicked through that. Oh yeah. You're probably going to see that a lot, and I still believe that's a really... It's way better an idea to just mash DP than guess break. Alright, notice the lockout. Oh, you could have seen this exact thing. Jump in heavy kick, whiffed. And Sneerful was caught jabbing the other hand, hence I was able to use that. So speaking of Dragon Dance, the equivalent for double roundhouse, Sneerful usually goes for jabs after that. I tried to do a wind kick to blow through crouch light kick, but I haven't gotten to work this set. An idea is to just DP afterwards, but I don't think you can really see that in this set. No anti-air. Yeah, good pressure opens me up. I'm so scared of like... That's funny. I'm so scared of trying to, let's say, shadow counter or... Yeah, shadow counter, because either she will cancel into... Oh, that's a cute little anti-air. Cancel into Shadow Dragon kick. Oh, rollback kicked in. Damn. Yeah, that's exactly what I was not supposed to do, and it happened again. Now that I think of it, I should have just decided to go with the idea of popping instinct whenever possible when I see any kind of movement, because I probably tried to save it for dragon kick cancelled into dragon dash. Right, good anti-air, good overhead, blah, and 49% gone. I believe meterless, so yikes. Something I could have probably done a lot more in this set, when I do overhead into cancelled fireball, maybe go for another fireball. Right, this mix-up is really tough because I can land behind her as well. Well, here I'm kind of abusing my luck. Yeah, that's painful, the anti-air situation. Yeah, perfect possible scenario here from Sneer. And this amazing cancel to get me blown up for trying to shadow counter her overhead. This, oh yeah, what I said previously, don't block low when you're far away. And a pretty good guess on my end of not panicking. However, here this level 1 launcher ender was a waste. So, right, I'll wait for the game to end to say about this. Right, that's a scary situation. Yeah, I believe the commentators said that I should have anti-aired here and the game would be done. Here a bit of, I'd like to say, mistake on Sneer's part. I think if he did opener into light doubles or light linker into shadow DP, this could have gone a bit better for him. Alright, here's one of those, let's call them silent sets or games. Misused shadow heavy laser sword, so I get punished. Sadly, Sneerful wasn't quick enough to convert into combo from the Dragon Dance. Alright, one of those rando wind kicks convert. I probably tried to backdash on wake up, so great on him. Oh, yeah, that's painful. I mean, he probably assumed that this would work, so I can't really say anything bad. Here's 50-50 and he lost. I probably should have assumed that he's going to gas break the first possible chance and continue the combo. You know, do the one rip of around the world. Great use of instinct. But one time when he does instinct into Shadow Dragon, I assume dance, there will be times when he should have done it as well. Yikes. Fireballs keeping me a bit safe. Yeah, good overhead on his end. Right, gets a dragon, best possible way to use this time, this lockout after green light disappears. I'd like to say he should have gone for Shadow Ender here, because now he's sitting on 2 bars and he's probably going to block fireballs a lot, so he's going to build that. And the Shadow Dragon Kick adds so much damage, he should do this any possible time. This Shadow Laser Sword is breakable, but I assume he's going to believe that, hey, that's not going to cost me that much, alright, that just, you know, and not doing nothings. Well, what can I say? And you're still sitting on those 2 bars. I don't know how good of an idea it is to try to do, I don't know, overhead into Shadow... the equivalent of Laser Sword. Sorry, I don't remember the name. Because that's still like 50-50, whether or not I Shadow Counter or not. So I believe that's a good way to... mistake on my end. Maybe that's a mix-up Sneer should consider a bit more. Because a forced 50-50 is better than a 50-50 you're being forced into. Here I was panicked of Shadow Dragon Kick, so nothing after instinct activation. Amazing. Oh, I really like this scramble. This shows the panic, where the special wasn't enough to land, but Sneerful decided that, oh, I'm probably going to just DP out of being afraid, so he parried afterwards. Apparently that's something you can do, you know, the punishment on Dragon Cannon. Yeah, exactly, this mix-up. I believe he should do this a lot more. Oh yeah, so this one small scenario shows why I'm a bit scared of doing DPs in neutral as an anti-air, because he was able to Dragon Dash behind me. So, yeah, and another time, maybe I should have done overhead, fireball, cancel, overhead. I'm misusing... Oh, alright, that's really ballsy. Here, sadly, we're going to say that it's happening because of the connection. On my end, and you can see this as well in the archives, I believe that I actually hit him with the crouching heavy punch, so I wanted to switch sides as much as possible, hence the fireball, no, DP into Shadow Wind Kick, but it ends up with Shadow Counter. Alright, standing heavy punch doing its job. No, no Shadow Counter on that. It's one heavy doubles too early, and I'm not in... Oh, that's really smart, and that's really sad. We're going to save its connection as well. In, I believe, game 2, I tried to do this exact same thing with standing medium punch. It didn't work, so I decided to do it with jab here, and now it's fine. A bit of a drop, but quick set of fireballs sets it in. Something on my end. Those those charged up fireballs leave the enemy in such a long stagger that I should be able to Shadow Wind Kick it, just to get instinct and get the bar of meter back. And I'm pretty bad at like converting of Shadow Wind Kick in this set. A bit of a mistake. Yeah, and that's what I want to see. Sneerful didn't have any bar, hence Wind Kick into Shadow Laser Sword is a great idea. He tried to probably use katas to like deflect those fireballs at me. And that's really like, oh, yikes. I don't really know what he could have done better. Probably just anti-air me with Dragon Cannon and try to force the Dragon Kick, Shadow Dragon Kick into cancel mix. A really poor performance in terms of shadow countering double roundhouses on both ends. Yeah, the mix I was talking previously. A small mistake regarding KV. Alright, cashing out the... Oh, something I don't do a lot is whenever I jump back and someone jumps forward, I should just follow it with DP. And here, I'd like to say that if Sneerful did heavy into Dragon Dance one more time, he should be alright with just one bar. But that's like a small decision, kinda sucks. Right, empty jump low, doing its thing, cashing out on the, or maybe, you know, getting much out of the lockout as much as I can. I'm surprised that Sneerful didn't decide to do something like, let's say, heavy doubles, linker, heavy double cancelled into Dragon Cannon. Because I wasn't that patient as much with second or third set of doubles, hence, I don't know. Oh, I tried to, you know, punish him on parry, but definitely way too early. And yeah, sadly, no Shadow Dragon Dance on Wake Up. Darn. It's really funny exchange. Abusing plus frames, reset into grab. Yeah, that. Oh, here I noticed, and you can probably see it whenever I do combo. You can, let's probably opener, manual, linker, manual. He usually breaks my second linker, and I tried to use that information here, but he broke the first manual. But Sneer tried to, well, probably other people have different combo structures than just linker, manual. But the break points became kinda, I don't want to say obvious, but I could notice an algorithm. The shadow laser, the shadow fireball wasn't the best idea here. I'd probably get more using... Oh, finally is able to get this juggle, and it cost me like what, 70? 75? Not the best juggle from me. I could have received a bit more, but well. Oh, here you could see this small little light kick. This ensures that if Sneer decides to wake up early, I don't remember what's the term for that now. The second fireball will hit him on his wake up. A quick rise, yeah, that's the term.
You can't run from fate, but you should have tried.
Alright, I'd like to say the score now is 5-3. a small little reset. Grab bait. Oh, that's painful, and this particular scenario where the light, I can see it in myself a lot. Oh, that's yeah. Whenever someone like tries to punish light DP and does it a bit too late, I'm going to shadow counter it like 100% of the times. Like, there's just a kind of player who always will do that in similar scenarios. Like, I can think of Luna who would do that. I can think of the Chronicle. He also like shadow counters in that scenario. That's a great way to punish this light DP, and I'm a bit sad that he didn't add the final game this way. That's painful to watch, but well, we'll have to go through it. Now that I think of it, I should have just DP'd every single time on Wake Up, because he's not going to block / parry every single time. Yeah, the great tech shows up, gets me back into the corner. Ah! I'm surprised that there is no shadow here, Shadow Ender. Like, as much as you can say, oh, I want to be able to, you know, have a chance to shadow. You can say, I want to have access to shadow counters or a reversal. You can also think as, if I do this shadow, he's probably going to be in danger. So every opener is a chance to ultra. Another one of those jump backs not cancelled into DP, and another shadow counter cancelled into dash, into Dragon Dance. Great DP bait. When I was trying to record this particular game, the recording like desynced on the link, instinct only, so I guess game didn't believe in me. Oh, I hate when this happens. It's like this scenario where you panic and you do the first thing which, you know, muscle memory tends to go. And in this instance, it was jab into light, a flip out, and you should never do this as Jaegwon against Kim, because she's just going to, you know, do Shadow Dragon kick into plus 20 something frames. A bit sad that there's no Shadow as an opener. Oh, he tried to blast me for DPing in his combo. Sadly didn't get that. And a little drop. Reacted to heavy link and decided to break it. Again, I'm kinda iffy about no use of Shadow Dragon kick at the end. And I had a kind of, I don't know, brain fart here. I was so scared of him cancelling into something where I don't think he was even able to. I should have just DP'd there. Well. Oops. I believe that's 5-5. And here I decided to mash it. If I remember correctly, I tried to cancel, to reset with overhead. And got, yeah, probably did it a bit too early. Only one set of heavy doubles, hence it held only 27%. Oh, that's really risky, but it caught the crouch light kick. Now I should have done button into something. That's really nice timing on his end. And bad idea on my end. I probably wanted to break light here, so kinda sucks. Yeah, I really like this mix. It costs a bar, but if I try to shadow counter, you know, he can open me up. The overhead specials are minus enough so that you can DP them, but I'm nowhere fast enough to do that. A bit of frustration on Sneerful's end, trying to get in cash out damage. Well, by cash out I mean deal a significant amount. I'm going to call this a gas break, but well. That's pretty nice. Yeah, he got blown up for that. I think here would be the perfect scenario to parry on my wake up, because as I have instinct, there is a high chance I'm going to do DP into instinct, but on the other hand I might as well do instinct and see what Sneerful decided to do, so hey, I can't blame him. Alright, great throw bait. Decides to keep his meter. I'm afraid to shadow counter, so I take this. Oh yeah, here it's a frustration shadow on my end, and Sneerful caught that, decided to back off, and good call out on his end. Fancy instinct only manual, 51%. Yeah, and here I believe Shadow Dragon Dance would have been a way better option. We've seen it work previously. I guess he wanted to do something like that, Dragon Cannon into Dragon Kick. Ow.
You can't run from fate.
And here we arrive at the last game. Alright, I hear us. Yeah. Decided to mash wind kick during his sequence. Right, light gets blown up. Yeah, heavy break on reaction. And fantastic bait. That's probably not the place to do it, and I feel bad. I shouldn't say this, but... Oh, and I think in that mix, as Jago, if I know that it's not going to hit me, I should just wait for the shadow animation to run through and do some shadow myself after it. Because him cancelling into a Dragon Dash won't allow him to parry it on reaction, so... A mistake on my end. Maybe someone will learn from this. Really abusing the fact that the shadow... the jump, I assume heavy punch, really puts me in hit stun, so really late shadow counter. Sadly no break on heavy DP, and Here a drop as well. I remember my arms trembling in this situation. He's probably going to break 2, 3, 4. And he should be. I'm way more hesitant to counter break than in previous set. And I don't really know why. Here, I think Shadow Laser Sword would work even better. But, well, I haven't, done the best things on my instinct wake-ups in this game, instant activations. Alright, this little dance, I'm slowly starting to, lose it and trying to press buttons, do anything, try to force him to make anything. And I remember I'm going to jump forward, and my idea was to just land and do overhead. But he caught me before I could even start the animation for the overhead. No counter break, which would secure the game. And here, the tick of... Oh, someone tried to parry it, punish me on with light DP. I don't really know. I believe that maybe Shadow Dragon Kick would have been a better way to respond, or Dragon Cannon into anything, because he gets so many options out of the stagger window. I believe the movie ends around here, so hey, that's it. I can't really say much. The things happened as they did. Sadly, the connection was as iffy as it was. Well, that's like 99% on my end, so... Hey, thanks for watching. I don't know if there are anything one can take from this particular set. As Jago player, remember to use the grab into small step into jump heavy kick setup a bit more to represent this option, so that your opponent is a bit more scared to do parry. On Sneer's end, I believe he should just blast his meter a bit more in combos. Given how much the Shadow Dragon Kick adds, regardless of his ender level, if it was up to me, I'd do it every time. And there are times where he decides to go for Shadow Linker into an ender. I think he should do way more combos into, I don't know, something hard to break, into Shadow Dragon Kick at the end. He does it a lot whenever I have plenty of white life or after resets, but just in combos. Well, there might be probably a counter argument against that, and well, I believe that he feels way better having bar than not having it, but I've noticed way too many times he was sitting on 2 bars, and it's not like... I don't think he has any equivalent of a full screen heavy wind kick into Shadow Laser Sword to kind of close the gap and be safe. Maybe the equivalent of that is doing overhead into Shadow equivalent of Laser Sword. I'm really sorry, I forgot the name, but you get the gist of it. And force the mix-up with having Dragon. Sure, it costs a lot, but think of it like that. If you hit, you get the Shadow Linker afterwards. And because it's 1 to 3, you have the whole duration of Shadow move starting to notice if it hit or not. I think there is some merit in that. Apart from that, well, it's up to you to get some more what I could have done possibly better and here, and maybe kind of force my way. There were way too many comebacks on Sneerful's end when I was just, a coward and I should have DP'd 10,000 times. Well, that's it. Alright, I believe that's a good time to end it. So hey, thanks for watching and play KI, have fun. See you soon, I guess. Later.